Hello, folks. Hello. Having a bit of an allergy attack, but that's fine. Let's see. Can't let that stop us. Rupert had quite a few. The war on Gray's head, on Morg's head, between the gray hairs and black hairs, seem to be going on the gray hairs direction. The tide had likely turned, and now it was just a matter of time before he was totally gray. He'd be probably no sooner than 0060, which was when Dominique told him that a meteor, the great meteor, would be arriving on Earth. That cataclysm that she had to face. There are so many bloody distractions out there for her to deal with. For your poor husband now being stuck here at this facility. An army of terrorists outside. Rupert ran his hands through his graying hair. While it was graying, his hair remained as full. He wasn't balding. Well, it was graying. His hair was graying. Garying. He wasn't balding. His hair was still thick, or nearly as thick, as it was when he was 20. He was 37 in the present. 40? Check age in the past. 10 years ago, he might have already been 37, so. Is that how it works? You just pretend you don't age and then you won't age? Maybe a lot of aging is psychological. Who knows, right? He was 37 in the present. He wanted to live to see 40. Wondered where his brother was. Probably sulking by himself in his room. Nina was not with him. His alleged lover was not with him. She was in the lab. She was in the command center. With a lot of other VIPs. She was wheeling, she had gone to her quarters to change into something clean. She had discarded her white lab coat, which was mostly red, and she was at the medical center with other doctors treating the injured. Her and the Japanese researcher Hisako. Is that her name? Suppose that's a nice name. I mean, let's see. Most of the scientists at the command center are not on medical duty, and thus we're getting the occasional look from a scientist, from a guard, or here and there, guard, as though they were silently asking, "Why aren't you at the medical center treating my buddies?" They seem to think that every scientist and engineer also had some medical degree. So had some medical degree. And could patch up people at least as good as a medic. A lot of people, there were a lot of smart people out there who weren't doctors because they couldn't handle blood or screaming patients, or maybe accidentally hurting somebody. Rupert had worked as a medic at times in the last war, so he didn't have such an excuse. His excuse, he supposed, is that he was that he was too busy with other things to be down there in the hospital. There were actually, Rupert wondered if maybe Richard was there at the hospital. Treating the patients and showing him up. There were actually 3 or 4 hospitals now through the police faculty now. The official one, 3 unofficial. The largest unofficial being the one at the entrance room. A lot of people had been moved from there, but there were still plenty. A lot of corpses still littered the halls. So they had to be tended to. Check. Hospital at entrance. Oh boy. Boy, allergies. Let's see. A lot of the soldiers were still speckled. Slight blood splattered at the least. And some men looked like they were wearing uniforms dyed red. There was so much blood. Strangely, these men didn't seem too concerned. Rupert, God, he'd look or feel so calm. So I'm looking like that. Do I feel well? Able to do much thinking. Looking like that. Rupert had been in their shoes plenty of times. Not since the war. He wondered how he'd handle walking around splattered in crimson. Everybody in the lab, all the scientists, most of the scientists, the VIPs of the command center, was not present. The Yakuza Princess, as she was named. Note to self, new name for Yakuza. Also, is Yukaka capitalized? Yakuza. Perfection. Yeah, some of those Japanese names. I like them. Let's see. Had changed their clothes. They had showered and changed their clothes. Changed their clothes. So instead of being bloodied and haggard looking, most bloody and haggard looking. So most it's a bit looked like it was another day at the office. Many had worried faces, and many had unhappy, worried looks. They were still haggard, at least about the face. One fellow looked like he had been sleeping for days, even though the incident had only been going on for hours. Though the incident had only been going on for hours. Only been going on for hours. Had only been going on for hours. Why does that sound wrong to me? Need a drink of water. Let's see. Let's see. It can't be a baby. There are people out there who are lying in hospital beds. Serious illness. They don't moan like this. Perhaps I have an illness on the way. I don't know. Some days I just feel sick, and I'm not sure why. Few of the guards were denied the guards permission to. Many of the guards had taken off many of the civvy guards their uniforms, blue uniforms, exchanging them. Check out their uniforms. They weren't walking around in nude. Nobody had gone that crazy yet. These guards put on the extra military uniforms and helmets. Everybody who wanted body armor could get it. There were plenty extra in storage. Plus, a lot of men had died without their armor being shredded somehow. Everybody was overly armored now. Quite well equipped. Some guards were on patrol, were slinging multiple rifles and lots of extra ammo and grenades. Like they were soldiers at some fort in Kamjatklak. Expecting some big fight to start shortly. There was going to be a fight, but not one what Rupert imagined there'd be some warning. Nobody wanted to be caught with their pants down. Maybe we should. Rupert checked with his subordinates. Including Dr. Redcoat. Some of the boys think that maybe we should put on military uniforms too. Redcoat noted. The thinking is that we will make the enemy think there are more of us, more soldiers left, than there really are. Rupert found the suggestion idiotic, but he didn't say so. I don't think that's necessary. It's wise or necessary. Burke replied, saying something was unwise was not the same as saying it was. That was not the same as saying it was idiotic. Let's see. Yeah, some characters, when I get in their head, it seems like they do a lot of rambling. And other characters, like soldier characters, more terse in their dialogue and in their mental ponderance. I get somebody like Dominique the Goddess as a point of view character. She'll go on for pages without doing something, just wandering around in her own head, I guess. But some people are like that, I guess. They're more comfortable in their own heads than talking to people. Let's see. Let's see. Perhaps you should go and check on your daughter. Rupert suggested to Redcoat. Redcoat gave him a look, like it was a dumb idea. You mean go and give her afternoon. You mean go and give the girl. Start her afternoon lessons like it's some ordinary day here. It's an ordinary day here. Perhaps after that, we could still have lunch in the cafeteria and go about our usual lab work. Pretend that nothing terrible has happened. I guess this is how I would write a Half-Life novelization. Well, I'm not sure. Half-Life seems like the kind of story that you would have to do first person because, well, the whole story is told from the point of view of the main character. You're never outside of the main character's point of view. But part of the fun of novelization of that series, Half-Life, would be like to show the other points of view of the story in third person, I wasn't suggesting that at all. Rupert said, go and protect your daughter. Your daughter, if you wish. We were fine here. There's not much you can do. My daughter is fine. In her quarters. Redcoat noted. Suddenly, Rupert felt a bit of sympathy. A bit more sympathy for the girl, who already had his sympathy. Surely. cooped up in the living quarters. In the red coat living quarters. Deep underground, no natural light. She lived isolated existence. That wasn't right for children, in Rupert's mind. The girl should have been living in some cottage, some lovely manor, green moss covered manor in the Chromish countryside with easy access to the sun, butterflies, woodland creatures, as Rupert was, the life that Rupert enjoyed when he was a boy. He spent quite a lot of time outside in his youth. He'd stay cooped up in the dusty old library of the Warg Manor. Let's see, Warg Civil War. What did Warg do in the Civil War? The one part thing about having a civil war in Britain before World War II. Before World War II, Civil War. Because every civil war affects everyone in a country, so, you probably shouldn't say, what did this guy do? What did this guy do? It's just something that happens. Everybody was a soldier, naturally. Civil wars are usually very devastating, and they mess up a country for many years after they happened. I think Spain was still recovering from the Civil War by the time that Franco died, and that was 30 years after he took power, I think. He might not have made it to a full 30. I don't know. Let's see. He was the only fascist that survived in power in World War II, which must have pleased which pleased, I guess. They must have been pleased, the Russians, when he finally died. They had kind of replaced because they had definitely replaced the fascists as the big threat to peace and democracy. Let's see, he didn't say cooped up. Is that the right word? I want to scream into my pillow when I hear people, why does communism get a free pass next to fascism, which is widely discredited and nobody wants to come back? It's like people say, the communists did nothing wrong. When I hear that viewpoint, I just want to take a pill and scream into it at the top of my lungs. Let's see. I never read the Black Book on Communism. I heard that might be inaccurate, but still, millions of people definitely died under communism. Maybe not hundreds of millions. It goes without saying that hundreds of millions did have their lives negatively impacted by communism. Living a miserable life under communism isn't the same as being murdered by communists, but, those are many lives that could have been many times better under the capitalist system. Or, what is that? Like a social welfare system. I guess I'm not sure if I'm talking right here, but that's probably that's somewhere, I guess, not in the middle, but, some people on the right argue that's a stepping stone towards communism, but I don't think so. We had social programs in this country since, FDR, and we haven't we didn't gradually slide to become communist. And neither did Britain when they've had the healthcare system in the British National Healthcare thing, which conservatives keep trying to threaten to repeal or get rid of and privatize and all that, but apparently the people aren't having it, so yeah. But once you get a government program running, it's very hard to take it away. Oh, I gotta go. See you later, folks. Have a nice day. Hugs and kisses.